Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the 2-3 Zone. Tony's Picks look at the WNBA here for Sunday, September 14th. It's playoff time, guys. We wielded through the regular season. We got 4 games on tap on Sunday of all days. Here we brought Alessandro Rodriguez along to join us here for the playoff preview, Ron, and we got Ron Crawford as well to look at these 4 games here in the first night of the playoffs, first day of the playoffs, guys. We're going to roll these games consecutively here, starting at 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific. I guess nothing's going on in the world of sports, so why not have some WNBA on a Sunday afternoon? Ron, go ahead. You can lament.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You can either pump up the league or lament this situation.
Why the hell you want to go against the NFL? That's just horrible. They should have started at least during the college football Saturday. But hey, I get it. Want to get a couple of days rest in, whatever. Or you could have started on Monday too.
Yep.
Only going against 2 Monday night football games this week. So I don't know. I don't understand it. Yeah, it's going to be on the back burners of everybody's mind on Sunday. But we follow it, so we'll be there. We're covering it for you.
Al, what'd you think of the regular season this year in the WNBA?
Oh, it was, pretty good regular season. Made some money off of it. My Sparks didn't make it there. I love Kelsey Plum, but it's all right. It's all right. She has to watch from the couch this postseason. But, yeah, still some value here I see, and we'll be firing for sure.
Yeah, I'm a big Plum fan, Alessandro. When I was a freshman in high school, her dad was the quarterback of my high school football team that I went down in San Diego at Helix High School. That's why she's got that great arm when she throws those T-shirts in the crowd. She can throw it all the way up to the upper deck. All right, let's get into it here with our playoff preview. We'll start with that early game right now with the Golden State Valkyries on the road. Yes, they're in. Great job, Golden State. Man, how'd they end up with the 8th seed here? It felt like they were going to secure that 6th seed, but they'll be underdogs in this series and this game, Ron. Minnesota here favored by 12.5. 147.5. Minnesota won all 4 during the regular season, but they did split against the spread. 3 of the 4 games did go under. I don't know. Golden State had a pretty great season, Ron. It's a little unfortunate end up here against Minnesota, but give them their kudos.
Yeah, but you look at this total, they got it down to 147.5. I think that's ridiculous. I know it went to like 120, 130 last night when they played the last game, but come on, guys. I mean, it's kind of like when we saw the Sparks getting up to 180s. It was getting ridiculous. And now we're down to 140 something. We gotta definitely go in the over here with Golden State and Minnesota. I think like you said, they've owned them this year. Good on the Valkyries for getting there, but I think they've met their match, and I think Minnesota played everybody to get them in this first round because they know they can beat them. So, yep. I'm going to look at the over 147.5. It's ugly.
I can't back you with any trends really, but I think is there any chance, Ron, that they saw that last game when Golden State basically ran a junior high offense out there, at the last game really didn't mean much there. So maybe people were swayed because they have 57 some in that season finale, but does feel maybe a little overreaction even on that, even though it's a regular season. I know we're in the playoffs here and scoring should be a little bit suppressed. Ron says go over 147.5. Al, what do you think in this one? Clean sweep here for Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm not looking to step in front of the Lynx here. I think they're the clear favorites to win it all this year. Clearly been the best team. Super deep team here. Just their backcourt alone, McBride, Williams, Heedman. Then you got the forwards there with Carlton and obviously Nafisa Collier. Just such a deep team. I think at the end of the day, they're the best team in the WNBA. And, minus 12.5 might be a steep line to lay. They literally just covered this number, a couple days ago here. Like you said, they've swept the Valkyries this year. I think in this game, it's Lynx all day. And in this series, it's Lynx all day.
All right, you guys. I want Golden State to pull one off here and make a series of this. And it's been a great season no matter what. Even Ron's told, but maybe Nikasi could get Coach of the Year, taking a team with all those injuries, an expansion team, and still making the playoffs with a decent record here. Pretty good job for sure. I'll take Collier in this one. over in her points and assists in this one, guys. I'm going to go Collier here, over 24.5. Look, she has got this number here very much down the stretch, but we're in the playoffs now, so give me Collier over 24.5 points and assists. Ron says go over 147.5, and Al says take the Lynx, lay 12.5 in game one. All right. Next up, the Indiana Fever are taking on the Atlanta Dream, and well, a bummer here without Caitlin Clark, but it's been many weeks without her here. Indiana's had plenty of time to adjust. It's just a matter of how much will they have to go up against this Atlanta team that's had a terrific season. Alessandro, they did split the season series, but the winner, I believe, covered each time this season. So you have Atlanta here at home, favored by 7.5. I see some sevens out there. I think the sharp books kind of showing the higher number for Atlanta at 7.5. Maybe the square books are closer to 7. Total here 158.5 with Indiana and Atlanta. Alessandro?
No, yeah, I'm actually going to look at a prop here in this game. I like Brittany Griner here, points plus rebounds. If you can get it 10 and 9.5, we've seen 11 or 12, any of those type of numbers. I'm taking the over here. I like the matchup she has with Aaliyah Boston and Natisha Howard down low. At the end of the day, I think she can dominate and be the focal point of this offense, start working it from the inside and then kick it out to the shooters on the outside. I like Brittany Griner a lot in this spot.
All right, Griner going over there in her PR, did you say, brother?
Yeah, points and rebounds, though. Points and rebounds.
Got it. Yeah, I'd have to go over that those numbers as well here with this matchup. Ron, what do you think? I mean, you touted Indiana this season. It just didn't work out because of the injury bugaboo here, and Atlanta's had a great season.
Yeah, they've done it. They've done it very well. Like you said, Kelsey Mitchell's really come out to play. But I'm going to look at the over. I think they can score point for point with Atlanta, and we've seen Atlanta is really getting some overs lately. So, yeah, I think 158 is way too low. I said it the other night. I think it was Connecticut they were playing. That thing came down to 156, and it just it went to 160. I've got it capped at Atlanta by 9, 164. So I think I got 6 points of value. The over, give me the over.
Okay, 158.5 there, 158 over for Ron. Boy, if you like that over, that kind of is putting me on the Indiana camp. I mean, it's Indiana, we know, with the tempo. And look, I trust the coaching of Indiana. I know that, it's been a little bit rough here this season, but Atlanta, look, they're on a roll. They're on a flat-out roll, no doubt about it. But still, even with all these injuries here, I think this is going to be a little bit of a grind for Atlanta here. I know that they're coming in hot, but I'm going to trust Coach White here and Indiana. I'm going to take the 7 points in this one to open up here against the Dream. Ron says go over 158, and Alessandro says take Brittany Griner over points and rebounds at 9.5. Heavily juiced, or even ramp it up there a little bit with Griner. All right. 2 more here. We're going out west for the late games here with the New York Liberty on the road. A slight favorite here. We've actually seen this one. I don't know. It feels like the momentum's starting to shift here a little bit in the line. I'm showing some sharp books actually listed as a pick 'em. Most of the industry has it at 1.5 or 2 for the Liberty, but Circa here in Las Vegas lists the game currently at a pick 'em. In this one, Ron, Phoenix did win 3 of 4 during the regular season, covering in those victories. So what do you think here? New York with that 5 seed. We talked about how it didn't look like they were going to get there over those last last couple of weeks. We were kind of targeting that they would finish outside of that top 4.
Yeah, you look at both of these teams with great defenses, and I think we're looking at an under in this, and we got 164.5. It looks like the New York Liberty have played 7 out of 9 of those on the road lately. And, of course, Phoenix's defense inside. So, yeah, I think this one's a little too high. So give me the under 164.5. Yep.
It was New York that won their final 3 games, and Phoenix lost their final 3 games, Al. But I think they both were kind of resigned, or Phoenix was at least, like they were going to get that number 4 seed here. So what do you think in this closely rated series?
No, yeah, it feels like all year kind of the Liberty have just been sleepwalking through the year. defending champs and so forth. But I don't know. I don't like them. They've been banged up all year as well. They are starting to get a little healthy here. I like the Mercury here in this spot. Like you've said, they've won 3 out of the 4 matchups this year. I do think they're a little bit deeper. I like the size they have down low with Sabali as well. And on their home court game 1 here, I'm going to go with the Mercury. They are at a dog price. I'm seeing pick them on some casinos I'm seeing. But then here, plus 1.5, +2, I also see with the Mercury. So you obviously line shot, find the best number for you, but I'm on the Mercury.
Yeah, at least New York comes in healthy pretty much right now, so could say that all season here. But man, they really put themselves in a bind from the number 5 seed. They'll have to play, they'll have to win some games on the road if they're going to be able to advance a couple of rounds here in this tough playoff format. I'll go with Kalia Copper under 3.5 rebounds in this one. I kind of side with Ron a little bit too, but siding with both you guys really on the side in total. So let me move to a prop here, and I'll go Copper under 3.5 rebounds in this one. All right, let's move to the last one here now, Al. We got Seattle on the road taking on our Las Vegas Aces. Oh, you're a Sparks fan. I'm a Sparks fan, but we've got to root for these Aces a little bit as well at home here. Man, what a finish to the season. You look at the odds. I don't want to pin you guys down. Maybe we want to throw out a team. We've been talking about it here on the show, Al, the last couple of weeks, of maybe a team to win it all. But we know Minnesota's head and shoulders. But you couldn't tell me that Las Vegas wasn't equal to the Lynx here at this point with this winning streak. It just has been awesome here. Really record-setting streak here for Las Vegas. Favored by 6, total 159.5. They did split the season series 2 apiece, and I believe the winner covered each time. So what do you think with Seattle coming in to take on the Aces?
No, I got to look at their focal player here. A'ja Wilson, 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists is what I like. She's gone over this total 4 out of her last 5 games. And at the end of the day, the Aces are just red hot right now. Absolute firing on all cylinders going into the playoffs here. Don't forget, this team's won some championships in the last couple of years here. And would not surprise me at all to see them go on a championship run here. Obviously, Becky Hammond coaching this squad, one of the best coaches in the WNBA. I like the Aces here, and I like A'ja Wilson over 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
All right, Al likes Wilson over 39.5 PRA here in this one. Yeah, I think she'll probably fill it up, Ron. I got maybe to get into the high 20s here, Ron. But look, Seattle, boy, I wish I could exchange some of the seeds with these teams a little bit. Seattle's been they've been a real disappointment here all season, it feels like. I mean, they still finished 2 games over 500. I feel like they're the worst team out of the bunch.
Yeah, they didn't play too well down the stretch, but the problem was they were favored in every darn game. Now we get them as a dog, and that's where they love to live, whether it be at home, whether it be on the road, but especially on the road. 8-2 as an underdog on the road, and when they're a dog by 3.5 to 9.5, which we are here, they're 5-0 ATS, and they're winning those games actually by 10 points. I'm not going to say that the Storm are going to beat the Aces and no matter what, but +6 might be too many points. I think the Seattle Storm cover this +6 right here.
All right, Ron says take the Storm plus the points here in Vegas. I'm going to go under in this one. That's how Vegas has done it here over this winning streak for sure. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10. They're also 16-22 to the under as a favorite, and Seattle's 2-8 to the under this season as a dog. So I'm going to go under 159 here in this one with Seattle and Las Vegas. All right, that's it. That's our 4 games here on the 2-3 zone. But I don't know, you guys, as you're heading on out and want to promote what we got going over at Tony's Picks, Al, maybe you want to take a stab at who you think. Could we pin you down for one team or so to take the title? And then let us know what's going on during the WNBA playoffs and this week over at Tony's Picks.
No, like I said, I'll square it up here. I'll go Lynx. I think they are the best team. Deepest team in the WNBA. So yeah, I like the Lynx a lot. Win it all. And then as far as what I got on the site, I mean, I got just about every sport you could think of. I'll have some soccer. We were talking about soccer earlier, some Bundesliga action, some La Liga action. I'll have a UFC Noche, of course, this weekend. Obviously, college football, NFL this weekend. Baseball still going around. We got the postseason coming up there too. tennis soon. So, yeah, I mean, you name the sport, we'll be on it. Trying to find the edge, though. We'll lighten the volume up until we find that nice play. But this weekend I'll be firing. There's a lot I like.
No doubt about it. And a big NFL Sunday here, Ron, as well. Don't forget. But no, you'll have some premiums here in the W as well. And you're going to ride with the Lynx?
Yeah, I don't know how you can't. They got there last year, should have won it last year. A couple of missed free throws and things that happened at the end of those games in Game 5. And, man, they had it, a couple of those games, the one in Minnesota especially, go back to, they really should have won that one. They would have won that one. They wouldn't have gone back to New York. But the thing is, the Liberty are still the champs, man, and you got to beat them. But my sleeper is Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love this team. This team has got so much inside presence right there. And last year we did not have Ryan Howard was hurt most of that year. So with her back, it really helps out a lot. And this team is firing all cylinders. And watch out for the Atlanta Dream. I think that's a scary team that I would not want to play in the playoffs. So, and they've proven they can beat the Lynx as well. So at full strength, remember that. So yeah. But what I got, like Alessandro said, man, it's the equinox, man. We got everything going, soccer, for me especially, and then the winter sports are right around the corner. I was number 1 in NHL, number 1 in NBA, so I'm getting ready for that. Not just the summer sports ending, but yeah, baseball's fading away, but those winter sports are right around the corner, so I'm getting excited, and let's keep doing it, man. And like I said, get that long-term pass, and we'll make some money this winter.
Check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15% off all premium pick packages from me, from Al, from Ron, and all of our cappers over at Tony's Picks. I guess I got to make a pick here. I'm going with the home team. I'm going to go with the Aces at 7-2 with this massive winning streak going on. I think they whatever was going on there in the middle of the season, they've obviously figured it out here. And the Lynx basically at even money. That's a pretty tough pill for me to swallow. So I'd rather take this 7-2 shot with the Aces. I'd love to see it come down to those two teams for sure here. And give credit to Atlanta, Phoenix for their seasons. And yeah, the Liberty, maybe they can get it together again here in the postseason. I think we got 5 serious contenders, obviously, here for the playoffs. So, all right, guys, really appreciate it. Great job. We'll be back. We're going to go with 2 games then after I think we get going here in the next group of games, if I'm not mistaken. We'll be back to preview more action here in the WNBA playoffs on the 2-3 zone on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube. For Alessandro Rodriguez, for Ron Crawford, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us here on the 2-3 zone.
Good luck, everybody.